Dragonborn force. Your unrelenting force shot does more damage and may disintegrate enemies. You may only accept one. No, I don't want this one. Dragonborn flame. When your fire breath shout kills an enemy, a firebomb emerges from their corpse to fight for you for 16. No. Dragonborn frost. I don't use any of them. I honestly don't use any of these ever, so I guess it doesn't matter. Let's go with fire. Let's be boring and traditional. Getting guides for games is so normal to me, currently playing the Metal Gear Solid games, and I needed a lot of help with the older ones. I do usually try to play without guides because a lot of guides already spoil things, and I also don't want to exploit glitches. But one thing that I've learned, for example, is in this game, my original plan was to bring my smithing up to 100 and then make myself the best armor possible. But unless you actively spend some time grinding smithing, or unless you abuse glitches, you are not going to get smithing up to 100 in a normal playthrough. I've been at this for 180 hours and I still haven't gotten there. For some skills that's possible, for others it's not. So for some of these I have actually looked up guides on how to advance them, because otherwise we would not be here. Alright.
What happened? What did you see? Different people have very different experiences when reading these books.
I learned the second word of the Bendwell shout.
No wonder that Dwemer was so interested in that book. It was indeed one that Mirak used to advance his power as Dragonborn. But I assume there's some bad news. It would be unlike Hermaeus Mora to allow anyone to gain such knowledge without exacting a price.
He wants the secrets of the skull in exchange for teaching me the third word.
What secrets could they have worth keeping from old Mora? Sounds like a bargain to me. Hermaeus Mora learned some fascinating new ways to skin a hawker, and you become the second most powerful Dragonborn that ever lived. Well, that gives me a lot to think about. I need to get back to Tel Mithra. I have some ideas about how to locate more of these black books.
Honestly, I do think that's gonna screw over everybody massively, because the thing that Nelov does not know, but the Skull leader knows, is the leader of the Skull, Scorn, well, not his leader, the shaman, Scorn. Oh, hi. Okay, hang on. First we gotta teach this dragon how to sit down. Let's go, dragon rant. Here, learn about mortality, please. Have a seat. There we go. How's it like being mortal? Let's go. This is so unfair. It's 2 versus 1 and one of us is a master wizard and the other one is a dragonborn. I'm sorry, Crosselha. I'll take the gold, thank you. And this is how we absorb dragon souls. Do we actually have any shouts that we need to unlock? Oh yeah, this one. Yeah, what worries me about this... Yeah, poor guy never stood a chance. He was not built for this. The thing that worries me about extracting this knowledge from the skull is that... First of all, let's go back to... Let's go back to the Skull Village where we can actually sell some stuff. The thing that worries me here is that the shaman of the Skull Village...
I'm sure there's a good reason Baldur left us.
Something isn't right, Fenari. I feel it in my bones and I smell it in the air. Baldur wouldn't leave without telling someone.
Don't worry yourself over nothing, Dior. Do you want a head full of grey hairs before you've seen 40 winters?
It makes my heart heavy that you don't believe me, Fenari. Baldur could be in danger and you will do nothing. If you won't help me, then I'll ask the Allmaker to send someone else who can.
Well, the someone else is standing right next to you. The reason why I'm worried about the skull and about giving the secrets of the shaman to Hermaeus Mora is because Mirak was using Hermaeus Mora's power to control these villagers to make them work on some kind of shrines for him. So he was able to bend their will through the power that Hermaeus Mora gave them, and the shaman is the one who knows how to negate that power. He was the one who fashioned an amulet for Freya so she wouldn't be affected by the spell, and he and his two friends kept a ward around the rest of the village to make sure that the people who were left in the village, specifically that one little girl who was still there, would also not get affected. So I think Hermaeus Mora basically wants to figure out how to undo this negation so that he can bend the will of anyone. And that is a bad thing.
I am in no mood to talk, outsider. One of the skull has gone missing.
Baldur is your smith, isn't he?
It is Baldur Ironshaker.
Yeah.
As our only smith, Baldur is very important to the village.
Literally the guy I came here for to sell stuff. Why would someone... Did anything unusual happen around the time of his disappearance?
I do not remember Baldur acting strangely. Although now that you ask, I did see something in the woods on the day he disappeared. I saw two elves in the far distance dragging something behind them. Hunters often visit our land, so I thought little of it.
Where were they headed?
South and west. If your road takes you that way, perhaps you could search for any sign of Baldur. The skull would be grateful.
Alright, I'll go look for him. But first I need to know if I can sell you stuff.
The Allmaker protect us from whatever dark power took control of the skull.
Why did your mother leave the village?
A trade ship from Skyrim struck ice off the coast near the village, and the skull took in the surviving sailors. My mother fell in love with one of the sailors, my father, and eventually returned with him to Skyrim.
Did she ever return here?
Sadly, no. She died in Fall Creek, where I was born.
What do you need?
I came across a few of my mother's old things not long ago. Among them was a necklace that my father gave to her when they were married.
Amulet of Mara?
She would want it placed upon her tombstone in Fall Creek as a symbol of her undying love and the great sacrifice she made for it. If you find yourself in Fall Creek, please give this amulet to the priest Bruno and tell him that I sent you. He will understand.
Of course.
I don't have much to give in reward, but return to me when the task is done and I'll do what I can. Thank you, Skull Friend.
Okay, I can't actually sell her anything.
My son and I gather items to trade with travelers.
The ash from the Red Mountain has made the land sick.
It's been many winters since my husband returned to the Allmaker, but my heart still aches from the loss.
Who's your son?
His name is Nicholas. He's a good lad, strong and loyal. I only wish he wasn't so eager to leave the village. I've tried to tell him that the world beyond our lands is dangerous and cruel, but he won't listen.
Yeah, ma'am, if you want your son to stay in the village, here's what you need to tell him. You need to tell him that the world beyond the village is boring as fuck. Okay? That is how you keep your teenagers to stay. Maybe you should let him go.
Perhaps someday I will have to. But for now, I need Nicholas here. You see, his father, my husband, was recently lost to us. Nicholas is all that I have left in this world. I know it is selfish of me to say so, but I cannot lose him. Not while I still grieve. Also, I know his heart. Nicholas is reckless and foolish, like most young men. He cannot understand what awaits him in the wide world.
I could talk to him.
You would do that? I know he would listen to you. You've been out there in the wide world. You know its perils. Yes, perhaps you can convince him. I would be grateful if you would do this thing, outsider.
Yeah, clearly the best person to ask is the one who's been adventuring all across the globe and making 600,000 gold pieces while doing so.
Among other things, I have some fresh bread I baked this morning, and vegetables from Finna's garden.
Oh my god, she has 57 gold. Yeah, no ma'am, we're not selling you anything.
I hope that you can make my son see wisdom.
I do enjoy sharing stories of my travels and family.
I welcome you, friend of the skull.
Until next time, then.
I hope you will give me word if you find anything about my brother.
Oh right, he's the dude who sent
It is
us.
the will of the Maker that you cut firewood only from the dead tree.
Yeah, he is the dude who asked us to find out what happened to his brother who became a werebear. Alright. Nicholas, where are you?
Nicholas leaves, I fear he will never return.
I've tried to interest the villagers in reading and history. I haven't had much luck.
Let's save.
I've seen. Perhaps I'll be the first skull to slay a dragon. That would be worthy of a tale.
Your mother tells me that you want to leave the village.
That's right. I want to go out into the world and earn great glory. I want to
Oh,
hunt
God.
the deadliest creatures and claim vast riches. I'm wary of living in this village. I want to do something with my life other than farm, fish, and hunt deer. I know it must be hard for an adventurer such as you to understand this, but we Skull live very boring lives.
You'd abandon your mother when she needs you most.
There is truth in your words. She has not been herself since my father's death. I can see that in my eagerness for adventure, I have forgotten my duties as a son and as a Skull. You have helped me to see wisdom, and I thank you for that, Skull friend.
You're very welcome. Just stay another year or so, train a bit, maybe get some better equipment, and then you can go. You know.
I came here to study the history
If
of
Nicholas leaves me now, I will be truly alone.
Nicholas has agreed to stay.
May the Allmaker bless you with many sons and daughters outside. Once again, you have shown that you are a true friend of the Skull. I wish that I could give you a reward that is equal to the joy in my heart, but I don't have much to offer one who has so much already. Perhaps these will prove useful to you. These herbs are unique to the island, and their light cannot be found elsewhere. See you around.
Every winter, the ash from the angry mountains creeps close.
This is Dior, okay.
I welcome you, friend of the skull.
Does Fenari have anything for me? I know she is the leader here, so. But yeah, I have 663,000 gold coins. I am the last person to ask about the dangers and disadvantages of adventuring.
As leader of the Skull, I name you friend to our people. You are welcome.
Like, I started out with 0 septims, headed for the execution block, and now I'm rich and dressed in ebony armor. I'm the last person to ask about how bad adventuring is. Also, I can eat dragon souls, so I'm not really the standard person to ask about anything. Let's travel to Raven Rock. And as for many sons and daughters, we do actually have a son and daughter in Falkreath. I need to get back to them at some point and, you know, give them all the gifts that I gathered for them. And check in on my husband and my steward.
You got a good thing going. Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs.
Alright, weapons. Let's go. You can have this one, and this one, and this one. Yes, I know you don't have any more gold. Take it. You can have this, this, this. You cannot have Maroon's Razor. Maroon's Razor is literally the most overpowered thing in this entire game, and I love it. You can have the Flame Staff, Steel Axe, and now we're good.
Bring your weapons and armor to me. I'll fix it up right.
Combat? Why was I listed as in combat? What is going on? Alright.
I work for Mokul. You got a problem, you talk to him.
It's busier now that everything I've got on display. Really.
Let's see. Oh god, I still have the Azadal stuff with me. Archery, illusion. Dwarven boots. Oh, I still need to enchant those two things. fire, frost, magic resistance 1760. Can I have this one? And let's sell you some books. All of these.
If you need any supplies, you know where to find me.
Merkel doesn't lend coin to outlanders. Look somewhere else.
Alright, let's go enchant some stuff. And store some things. Refined malachite, there we go. That's the ones I wanted to store. And we gotta enchant real quick. Carry, weight, and block. Carry, weight, and block. Let's go. Sell some more and then we can take care of some quests.
Got a good thing going here now that you've Glover Mallory's, then take a look.
Alright, apparel. Oh, I forgot to store the Acetal stuff. This. This.
Bring your weapons and armor to me. I'll fix it up right.
Also, I still think there should be something in these abandoned buildings, but last time we were here, we couldn't find anything. I would think there would be some hidden entrance or something, but there isn't apparently. Or some hidden compartment or something. Alright, let's see, what do we actually have on the map? Search for Balder, visit the hunters, find the black book. Okay, we will start over here with finding the bandit leader, and then we can go straight over to Balder, visit the hunters, and then we can make our way up there. I think that would be a good idea. We're gonna leave Scorn alone because that's the main quest. I don't want that just yet. Shouldn't matter which way I leave the village, so let's go.
Glover Mallory is a wonder with a hammer.
All right. Let's see if and how we can get up there. And let's actually put a marker on that. So we know where we're going. I keep on forgetting to store the Arsidal stuff. Jesus Christ. How many times can I forget about this in a 10-minute span? I swear my brain has turned to mush over the last week. And next week is gonna be even better. Oh yeah, that's a quest item, so I cannot remove it. Okay, it's fine.